Hello, people. Hi, we're live. Yeah, so we're currently, I might sound a little rushed because I am. I'm streaming this last minute. I've got, Reskin in here with me as he is reffing the match. He's just here chilling, so don't mind him. So they've gone to, so it looks like Maximum Effort got the map pick first and they decided to go to Nepal. And it looks like Project Lance will have the first ban, and so they decide to go Tracer on the first ban. So Tracer is out of the mix. And so we shall see what Maximum Effort decides to do here. Teams are in their separate VCs. They're ready to play. And yeah. It looks like Maximum Effort will go with the Lucio ban to start. Gonna get rid of Lucio for Nepal, so we potentially will likely see either a double flex backline or potentially likely a brig. Let me now make sure I have my links shared, because I started this without sharing any of the links to anything. I just started streaming because I could. So let me get some stuff shared. Both teams are ready, and we're going to get into this.
Traveling to Nepal.
So, while we hover here above First Point Sanctum Nepal, we're going to see what each team wants to potentially run. So, still waiting for the teams to assemble their heroes. We shall see what they want to run. I'm thinking for stuff.
Ready for battle.
So, both teams deciding to run Orisa, and a very similar backlines. Oh, but first, Flush decides to go to the Brig instead of the Kiri. So we had a potential similar backline, but Brig is going to be played with Ana and for Maximum Effort, and Project Glance is going to play
3, 2,
a Moira
1.
Kiri.
Round
Okay,
one.
I thought it was going to be
Capture
Ana
the
Kiri.
objective.
Not. We got Bash and Cass versus Venture and Sojourn. So we have Effort gonna be wanting this the coastal lane with Venture hiding in a small room. We've got Glance's team sitting here by closed lane. Both teams are poking at each other from the opposite corner. Effort's gonna be walking down the sideline trying to gain some space. Awesome's there to cut it off, and Glance gets the opening check onto Flux. Milk though trades out end, and now both teams are down one of their supports. Though Tree ends up winning out the Orisa tank duel, and now they're going to just try to kind of push the back Project Glance, and it looks like they will get the opening capture on this first point. Loading here, holding the small choke room, wanting to get a little bit of poke damage with Milk on the opposite side, poking out. This is going to stare down each other. Tree's going to end up having their fortify put down. Glance pops out the third form, and they burn down Frenzy. We're going to be between this corner here. Ronin's sitting here on coastal lane, but it looks like Fluff and Tree and Milk are going to be holding here, trying to deny them space, but Glance takes out Milk. Both teams remain low, and Artemis already has the Coalition, which they'll pop, and it looks like they will get this next fight win. Ronin's here left kind of by themselves, or other left either to stagger or try to get away themselves. Looks like they will not manage to get away, as N does finish them off to help Glance. And now it looks like Project Glance here is going to end up taking the space now, with Awesome and Tree holding the space. We got the Bastion sitting. turret form pop. But Tree's gonna end up popping the character. Catches out Zephyr. They rush in response while they're down 2. Duck off some Marines really low and ends up getting finished off. And that will be now the next point cap here. Both teams around 34%, but counting quick now is maximum effort. Both teams committing an ultimate. But then Glance committing the artillery, so that means maximum effort is going to be up in this next ultimate duel. 50% and counting here as they like to swing the corner here with the turret, but Ronin pops the overclock. You're on the side angle with the overclock turret. 150 shots, kill most people, but Eventual as well, on shot. Ends up catching up a double kill with the help of Tree, and it looks like that will be another fight win here for maximum effort. Ronin here in the small room. Wanting to poke it out a little bit, build some all charge. Quarter of the way to the next rail. But they're just going to be, the rest of the team's going to be walking forward. I see. Anyway, as we continue, so we got Tree here, holding space here on this enclosed side lane. It looks like Team Glance is going to be walking here. On this coastal lane, anti-throne on the Orisa, trying to bully out Milk and Fluffs. We're not quite bully out Fluffs, and it looks like they're going to be kind of left. Tree gets a double kill, Duck returns into the kill on Fluffs, but unfortunately that won't be enough. And that will be first point captured by maximum effort, 100 to 34. Hello, Steve.
Score.
Hello.
0-1.
Again, I apologise, got caught up.
That's all good. I didn't see you, and so I'm like, oh fuck. I got home a couple minutes early, and I'm going to be here. Because why the fuck not?
Thank you.
5, 4.
And now we're going to be here on this next point, here to start on,
Round 2.
what is it?
Capture the
Ample,
objective.
if I remember correctly. So it looks like we're going to be getting a Soj Bastion frontline with, instead of Bastion, instead of a Kiri, but we're still keeping the Moira, as we have the Lucio and Tracer bands here from both teams respectively, but it looks like effort's going to continue with the backline, but just go with Kiri instead of a break. Both Orisas holding the stair side, so Duck is forced to back away. Ammo pop. And it looks like Frenzy and Artemis
Look down, still have HP.
yeah, Frenzy and Duck both traded out here as Tree is going to walk forward and it's going to end up forcing Glance to back up, but Glance does have the turret form with the Bastion Grenade perk that is really handy against Squishies, so a little less effective against the Orisa. Glance though with a grenade down to Mill. And that'll end up forcing maximum effort to back up with 11% cap.
Running down.
Nope. Glance with a double kill, ends up staggering out a couple people, and they'll be kind of forced to wait for the rest of their team to show up, as they will have to walk this. They will have to walk this, and it'll allow them extra point charge here. Duck.
100%. With the fact that the turret form already used by the Bastion as well, as an early engagement here.
Looks like they'll be walking back up again as Tree pops the Fortify and is starting to walk up, but Glance also gets thrown again.
Running down the gallon.
We've got the window popped by End, and they're just going to be holding this point. Milk does trade out Artemis before going down to Glance. Another grenade here. Bastion all popped, trying to stay alive. They will pop it, end up managing to kill Fluffs with the ultimate, and another grenade kill onto Tree. I don't know how many grenade kills we have here on for Glance, but it's actually quite a bit.
Looking at the stats very quickly, obviously the Team Glance looking very formidable on this temple map here for this sub area. Gonna be a side entrance now for the side of Maximum Effort, though.
A Terror Surge committed by Tree, but the shield is popped to deny the space, but ends up the Terror Surge does catch out Artemis, and a quick spear takes out their counterpart Orisa and Milk's just gonna end up cleaning up the leftovers. Do they want some milk? Probably not. Not this milk, but they will be forcing it down their throat anyway. 4 ults ready for Maximum Effort. No tank ult, but 3 ults. 2 actually in response for Project Glance in the overclock is coming up, but a Terror Surge on their side. 84% for Project Glance.
Gonna be the upper route here for Project Glance as well. So an early engagement
They'll just be holding
to
this high ground space.
recontest this point. Bunkering down with the shield.
But a good anti by Frenzy ends up managing to help catch out Zephyr.
Zephyr down. Immortality as well, utilised in that fight as well. The server of HP goes Milk though. Has to get all of the support into the backline.
Yep. Milk being a pest here on this venture. All the teams just aiming at the ground at this point. They want to dig him out of the dirt. They don't want to kill him, they just want to dig him up.
Glance down.
Milk takes out
Overclocked and popped by Ronan.
One pop.
Going on board with Snowdrop.
Ronan does actually catch 2. With the help of Nano Boost and the help of Tree plus Milk, they are going to end up winning this fight out again, and they're going to be passing here the percentage that Project Glance managed to get, so this is going to be likely final fight territory if Project Glance doesn't manage to get a fight win off of this next fight. This is going to be very close, and we shall see if they can actually manage to do it. Coming back up the top corner again.
20%, 10% left. It's final fight territory in favour of Maximum
Zephyr,
here.
overclock, waiting, looking for a chance with an ugly green crosshair. Belto gonna be denying the space, and
Vance takes care of Ronan after Ronan takes care of the... I don't know who Ronan
but
took care
Bill,
of. It
with
was
the
the...
extra kills and with the help of the Tourney shot, will end up managing to help win this map. 100 to 84 as they will take the second sub-map and win map 1.
Interesting whole play there from the side of Maximum Effort. Came in light, but still impresses me to see the aggression from Tree, especially on this point. In comes the Terror Surge, hits the poor Moira, hits the Orisa, down goes Glance to a sliver of HP, with the finalization there just being everything that was necessary to be done.
Yes. And I might have to swap around the scoreboards here because both teams are different. So give me 2 seconds while we get into this next match. Hopefully, Steve can commentate on stuff while I begin to fix my scoreboard.
Yeah, no worries. So obviously we'll be looking at the Maximum Effort here. Ronan with Tree, Milk, Frenzy, as well as Mr. Fluffs. Only one substitution, I believe, is in the roster for the side of Maximum Effort here today. So Project Glance are going to be running with this 5-man squad at all times. Unfortunately, nothing much else that they can do there outside of that. With a King's Row pick here for map choice for the hybrid, which I believe is wrong, we go straight to a escort.
Yes. Steve, do you want to type in, I believe the next map is escort, right? Or something like that? Really quick. Yes, yeah, I also believe that next map is in fact escort, not hybrid. Unless they... But Ronan is the one in charge of the tournament, so if he wants to let them go to hybrid and they just move escort down the line to take over hybrid's position, we shall see what they want to do.
And this is the first in-house tournament game as well, by the way, to include the up-to-date patch, meaning that we are running this updated patch. Bastion is a little bit more interesting. Orisa still being played here is an interesting factor, especially with her nerf that she recently
She
received.
received a nerf to her armor from 325 to 300, making her a little less sustainable, especially against pellets. and also getting a cooldown reduction on her javelin throw. But it doesn't look like that's going to stop her because, you know. But, yes. But also Bastion did get a minor buff in some ult charge gained reduction. So basically his ult gains a little faster. So he gets a love after the last patch where his hitbox became 10% smaller. He became a mini boy. We got 4 people watching. Hello to the chat. Sniper says, I want to sub, but I don't want to. And that's fair, because I don't think we are able. Because teams can... If a team is short, they can, I believe, request 2 malicious staff if they are allowed to potentially pick up somebody from another team. Only though if the other team captain agrees. Looks like we'll be going here to Shimbali on this next map here. And let me continue to fix the scoreboard. Let me get stuff moved around because, yes, I wish I could flip these easily, but I can't. I actually have to,
let me quickly sort out this as well. Okay, there we go.
Wish I could get the right color I'm kind of looking for. You know what? That's close enough. Close enough. Okay.
Where's this not? And we are now live over on Twitch for the militia's page. Because I was late, and you know.
It's fine. We've got my YouTube. It's fine. I don't.
Echo ban from Team Clans here.
And a ram ban here from Maximum Effort. So, tank and a DPS off the board, both teams ready to go, and we shall get into this next match. And by the way, if you've not seen it, competitive team bundles for all your favorite partner teams in the OWCS are now out and available, with Venture, Ramatra, and Ana being your hero picks to pick up for their specific team skins.
100%. And
all 2,500 a pop, or you can pick them up in bundles of 3 for 75. So regardless if you want 1 or 3, it doesn't really matter. They're all 2,500. So we shall. Anyway, I just thought I'd point that out. So yeah.
Yep. Looking over the spawn doors here for the Shambali monastery here for the attacking tide. Obviously, we're going to be waiting for them to finalise their comp. For both sides, we're going to be looking like it's going to be the same composition, the Ana Kiri backline, but now Tree is selecting the Zarya. I don't know if that's just to bait me out, or if that's actually what they're going to be playing here.
Well, it looks like they're trying to shoot over the spawn doors here, potentially trying to pick up a cheeky kill. That can happen if they're dumb enough, but it doesn't look like they will be. But Zarya does tend to have a stronger matchup into the Orisa, as Orisa doesn't really have anything to save it against a beam unless she decides for the shield perk. Project Lance, though, on the other hand, is going to be running a Cass Soj DPS line, but going to be running a classic Juno Brig. But that backline is vulnerable to antis, and looks like they're going to be holding up on the high ground here to start on defense.
100%. I have to agree with that. It's going to be a very fast-paced engage. Already Ronan looking for the sites. Frenzy on board with for the side of the cast.
Looks like they'll be walking up here on the side, high ground stairs. Tree's going to be pushing up early with the help of Milk, trying to eventually catch the backline out. Tree is going to get glanced while he was looking the other way.
So very quick. Goes Milk.
And looks like Project Lance is going to end up melting here. and they're gonna be forced off their high ground and have to back up. Cart is gonna
To be honest,
corner.
and the Zarya switch already full Project Glance as well, just to have that sustainability here.
Yeah, looks like Tree decided to go to the Orisa anyway, but it looks like Duck decides to go to the Zarya this time. It looks like they're gonna be holding around there this first corner, first bump block, though Tree doesn't care. Tree doesn't care, he's gonna be walking it down straight into the room, trying to bait out the bubble. Gonna be looking for a pick here on Zephyr, with the help of Milk.
Sleep on to the Zarya. That's what you talking about that.
They will manage
Zephyr down.
Get Zephyr.
Duck down.
Milk and Tree just running rampant here into the back line and front line here of Project Glance, and Zephyr's gonna end up making the swap over to Venture. We're gonna
Venture
see...
for Venture now.
Yep.
Pretty much a complete mirror other than the Zarya and the Cassidy here for Project Glance. Milk down early!
Glance catches Milk for being too cheeky. And it looks like Project Glance is going to be rounding here on this high ground corner, wanting to hold it. And looks like En's going to be making the swap over to Ana, possibly to pressure out the Orisa a little more, and force Kirisuzu for a chance to use some very hefty ultimates and stuff like Deadeye and Grab.
Suzu out already for Project for Maximum Effort though. Noon.
And actually catches Tree.
Alright.
Orisa with a high health pool.
The Orisa down.
High health pool on the Orisa. Ends up having to force some cooldowns out. And it looks like they're just cleaning up. As Lance does pick up a triple in that amount of time.
100% Sock. Unfortunately, the team just got caught out. Milk down first. Now trio to the Reinhardt.
Oh my
this
god.
is the buff of Reinhardt.
Honest Reinhardt Gaming, as Reinhardt did get a buff to his charge perk. You get full overhealth from your shield damage at 100%. Charge in, running the Toronto Defiant skin, as they were the top NA team in the first year voted in CS.
On board with Reinhardt.
Yep. Synchronic shot, ends up catching Glance, but Milk's gonna remain really low, but Tree's gonna help finish out the Zarya.
Down to the Zarya, Tree goes to Anna, down they go.
Tree and Milk again, running rampant in the into the team of Project Glance. They're right now carrying the team hard.
Enemy in my sight.
Look,
Raven Orbital
looking
Ray
at
plus a Nano. Ready for Glance.
looking at 75% here already for the Shatter as well. Oh, OC out for Ronan, takes care of the Zarya.
As they tried to get a grab,
Ronan
it actually
surge
did
out,
stick
though.
them. It did stick them. Zephyr though catches a kill out before they die. Artemis forced to run away. And low
No
health.
down.
Though it looks like Artemis, also known as Quantum Soul, have forced to back away.
Once the point goes,
Mystic Tree,
all
also
the
known
team.
as PvP, also known as Gatekeeper or Blonde or Moshi for Life. They play with a lot of profiles and a lot of names. So Tree though, Fire Strike kill on
in comes
Shatter catches
Tree,
three.
hits free.
And they're just gonna be running down here. Four minutes to go as they round this final corner.
Oh
here
Tree,
on
I
Safari.
called that charge into a wall. Oh no.
Nope.
Poor Tree.
And Zephyr's just staggered out. Artemis gonna be making the swap over to Kiri as they'll play with the same backline. Orisa brought out and Nano.
Already early engagement.
on top.
Nano on to the Orisa though.
But both teams
Nano on the Rhine.
Godzilla type matchup.
Noon.
As and both teams trade out characters. It's a 3v3.
Noon got shut down in the midst of that fight, by the way.
Tectonic shot by Zephyr and ends up takes out Tree, but Milk trades out Artemis. But unfortunately can't stay for much longer as it looks like they're gonna get traded out by Duck. And now it looks like Project Glance will manage to hold on this final stretch of map. 3 minutes to go. Glance gonna be making the swap over to Tracer for a little more contest potential. And the
Three quarters of a cart difference for distance wise. Not far to go here for Maximum Effort. Down goes Duck though early to Frenzy. End down, followed by the two. Followed by full Artemis as well.
And it looks like they will.
That's gonna be the rush.
And that's gonna be a map finish with 2:40 remaining on the clock.
And Zephyr getting caught out again. Ronan taking people's heads off with that rail shot.
So,
Initiating match.
to look at the stats
Full
for
distance.
first thing stats, we've got Tree, also known as PvP mostly, as we like to call them, at 22-2, 6,200 damage, and Milk at 17-3, 4,800 damage. Ronan also, that's not a bad, not even a casual 15-1, pretty good 15-1 at 3,600 damage. The best person right now for Project Glance right now seems to be Duck Awesome, also known as Zemo Master, at a 9-6. It looks like they're going to be potentially running a Winston-based dive composition here, but we'll see what they want to go as they're getting ready. 30 seconds to decide what they want to run. Tree.
Zemo Master is not Duck Glance, by the way. Duck Awesome is Duck Awesome.
Duck Awesome.
Just wanted to correct that.
Oh right, wrong person. Never mind. My bad. I forget, dude. There's so many people, and I'm horrible with names and horrible with gamer tags apparently. But it looks like they'll be running to run a sort of dive composition with a Winston Reaper, with a Kiri to help and support.
With a Widow as well here from Glance.
Shambali does have some decent long sidelines, so they can play with, and it looks like they'll be bringing out another Ryan composition.
Off into the grapple shot. Out it comes.
Yeah. Anna.
Looking for the
Juno
shots
here.
onto the Sojourn.
Milk.
Tink onto Ronan, half health.
Milk here, waiting, dropping off, and
Oh, there it goes! The shot onto this is close though.
Endo decides to just straight into the team and actually picks up 2. Running away.
Full on Reddit Lucio does what a Reddit Lucio should actually do, not what your comp Reddit Lucio does.
Yep.
Which is gets actually kills. Also, Trey on the Reinhardt here immediately, which is interesting.
Ryan though was pretty good here for this map.
Here comes the charge.
No ram ban. A ram ban means Ryan's biggest counter is out of the way. One of his biggest counters, anyway, is out of the way.
Here comes the dive. It hits the backline.
Though he does get pinned in.
Immediately.
Able to jump away with an anti and a rail shot to help finish him off. Glance here, they're trying to get rid of Milk, and they manage to get rid of Milk, forcing Tree to have to back away, unable to help his teammate. We got Tree wanting to hop in.
Tree does Glance.
Yes, Tree has Shatter ready, as they are ready, waiting to get around the first corner. 232 on the
Lovely shot grenade there from Ronan as well to stop any support getting to the Winston. It led to that fight being won.
Shatter hits 3, and it looks like they will end up pinning up with about 2 minutes to go.
And goes down to the Rowan as well. Very late, unfortunately, but able to contest this. 2 minutes still on the clock.
Glance is making a swap over to Cass, hopefully trying to stop the line. Pin with
Truck made out already.
Zephyr here on the Reaper, underneath, waiting for a chance. Didn't end up seeing Milk, who was hiding in the corner on Tracer. And just gonna be casually hiding.
I want to also acknowledge End on a flank here, but does not get anything before that time. They see their team
and they
going
get
down.
pulse
Pulse hits! Milk with a 4-man, make that a 5-man!
I don't believe they got 5-man. I believe Tree managed to finish off one person, but I think we'll have to look back once this match is over.
100%. Milk though, being this pest on the Tracer.
Milk and Tree looking like a very dangerous tank DPS duo, and they can help with Ronan on that Sojourn. This is looking like a formidable team indeed, as Frenzy does manage to...
Frenzy takes Optimus, unfortunately. I think that's what you was going to say. That's a 7 HP though.
Nade here, pop, but it doesn't look like it manages to hit anything. They've got about 4
half health on those. Beat out!
But a
rally here for response.
And it looks like it's just going to be
Winston
all Primal in the fight. They're just trying to see if they can
sleep on the Winston.
30 seconds to go.
Rush.
30 seconds to go, and they're still looking for a chance to push.
Winston down.
It looks like they're down their tank and unable
Shut
to
out! Hits 2!
Glance just popping the noon to likely survive, but unfortunately that doesn't go for anything. 20 seconds to go. It doesn't look like they'll be able to get the touch, especially with Tree rolling in to deny space.
Zephyr and poor Artemis there, hit with that shatter, hits both those DPS player, the DPS and the support player there, unable to contest, no attempt or no ability to. That's the end of Shambali 3-0, maximum effort 2-0.
Yeah, dominant showing here on the offense and just as dominant here on defense. They are able to get it up and going, and they will end up taking it.
We do have in commentary Uncle Reskin, who has been watching this whole game as a moderator.
Our referee for today's game, he's just chilling, he's just watching. Again, as I said at the beginning, don't mind him here. He's here to probably steal, he's here to occasionally steal some sandwiches, but you know, we'll allow that.
Uncle Reskin, after just 2 maps, what are your thoughts, even as a referee here and a mediator?
Man, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's exciting to watch. It's a little more than just a regular scrim, because we know this all leads to something better, something bigger. You know, additional matches between additional teams. Obviously, there's a big prize at the end of this, and I mean, I think that the competitors came out to put on a show, and they're only going to get better from here. I'm sure there's a lot of frustration on both of the teams' side for maybe things not turning out the way they wanted to initially, but this game doesn't mark the end of the road or a ultimate loss for them, because we have a point system and kind of a makeshift round robin to this whole tournament. So no matter kind of what happens here today, nobody is actually out, and there is something that they can learn and take from this and maybe pick up a win in the next game.
100%. As you alluded to there, Ruskin, this in-house tournament is a round-robin point basis system, which is not like a normal point-based system. Round-robin based system.
Yes,
basically,
to explain the rules, we play every map, unlike a thing where it's like a best of 3 or a best of 3, best of 5, best of 7. So they're basically playing to earn as many map wins as possible, which will then go into the standings, and where they end up after 4 matches will determine who's in and who's out. And it looks like, for a Flashpoint pick, Project Lance is wanting to go to the new and improved New Junk City. We haven't seen this map. We haven't seen this yet. New Junk City wasn't played at all in the first 2 matches. It was Vasa that was chosen. And surprisingly, no one wanted to pick Atlas yet. No one's wanted to play Atlas either.
A lot of people have said about how the flow feels bad in the community. I don't know if that's also the same at Militia, but a lot of people within Overwatch community has said that Atlas flows badly. And again, this is their opinion.
I am of the opinion it actually flows pretty good. I don't think it actually is a too bad flowing map. I believe it actually kind of works. It's quick. You can actually get back to point. You actually have the chance to contest point, unlike old New Junk City or Saravasa. And so,
these maps are now slightly more comprised because it is a trial period for Flashpoint maps to go to a slightly bigger Flashpoint map going to Stadium. Which that is why they've redesigned Saravasa and New Junk City, by the way. As confirmed by the devs over at Blizzard.
But yes. Now we'll see, potentially, if who teams want to ban.
And maximum effort with a Winston ban.
I wouldn't think a Winston ban would be on New Junk City, considering that you never really see Winston. This is more of a brawl style map. This is not really a dive map.
I believe that's to protect the tank ban here from Project Glance, which is an interesting way about it, but
Yeah.
I would have also used the tank ban to, you know, actually ban a tank that they've been showing. Yes, they have shown the Winston.
Yeah. But Afro decides to get rid of it, but Project Lance decides to get rid of the Venture. It makes sense because Milk's been an absolute terror on that character. So.
But also Milk's been terrorizing on Tracer. We just saw on the defense side of things.
Yeah, they didn't play it forever.
From Maximum
though, so
Effort.
They didn't play it forever though. They only played it for like the last minute or so. So.
Traveling to New Junk City.
Looks very good though. So if Milk goes Tracer here again, I wouldn't be surprised. Tree Rissa.
Keep in mind we're still waiting for the players.
Initiating match.
Yeah, some new sites and some new openings here on New Junk. So, excuse me.
100%. Look at this new routing as well. It's so much easier, so much quicker to get back to point to contest. Gone are the times where you can only contest point twice. Now you can actually keep going back and forth. It's going to be a Duck Awesome, Ramatra, Zephyr, Reaper, Glance, and May, with Artemis on the Kiri and on the Lucio.
Yes, it looks like it's kind of a Ramatra Rush style comp, and it looks like they'll be kind of matched by, you know, Rishsa, Girl style comp, in an Ana Juno here with Milk and Ronan playing the same DPS line. So, but Glance decides instead to go to the Freya, which honestly, Freya, though she did get a primary fire nerf in terms of what she does for damage. More ammo means she does more damage over the long term, and both teams are going to be heading here into this first point. But with the help of a Lucio, they're going to, Project Glance will be the first team to make it, as both teams take space. It looks like Project Glance is going to be the first one to hold your space, forcing out Ice Block of Milk. Tree pops the Fortify and begins to walk forward menacingly, and will take out Artemis.
Nemesis bomb out, slapped out of it,
Yeah.
and whittled down by Tree. Milk though goes down, as you said, by Glance in the midst of that.
Yeah. And it looks like a first cap for Project Lance, but unfortunately they will have to back away. But that will allow them a potential another fight if it ever comes to it. Zephyr testing for a little bit longer, but it ended up going to be chased down here by Tree.
Flip through at 18%, it's very close now.
Oh, Milk.
5-6-0 Frenzy down. Milk goes down to end. Artemis goes down to the trade. Glance follows up with Mr. Fluffs. Run down.
Team, this is a very scrappy fight right now, but right now a 3v1 here. As looks like Tree's just by themselves here, and it looks like they'll end up getting caught down and killed here in the end.
A stagger though to get them pretty much to 50% on the Coucher is a major win here in the side of Maximum Effort.
Duck though is going to be holding space. Going to be looking. Terror Surge here ready for Tree with a Bola and a beat for Project Lance.
In from sidelines.
Milk here on the Echo.
Echo now for Milk. In comes the ball shot.
And it looks like Duck's just going to run forward, but a Terror Surge pop. Oh,
Sleep
a
out.
beat. A beat helps save the rest of the team besides Zephyr, and Glance ends up taking Frenzy down and in trouble. Ends up walking out, scrappy fight. Ronan takes down Glance, and retrace out. And it looks like it's going to be a 3v3, I believe, for this fight. And Duck's going to just keep walking down. Fluff getting really low. Vortex pop, and will Fluff be able to get out? Yes, they will. Frenzy makes a pop over the Kiri. Milk
A
takes
2-1. In comes the Ramatra duplication.
Yeah, Glance does have
Now it's a
99%, and this will be a point flip. Duck, though, contesting the point, not allowing it to go quite yet. But it looks like they will just end up
Maximum
recontesting the
Effort
point.
flips it.
Looks like
Final fight territory though in favour of Project Glance though.
Yeah. We got an overclock and an orbital ray here, ready for maximum effort, and they'll probably likely want to use it early, possibly push up and use some space. Though Annihilation and a Kitsune Rush here for Project Land, so it's going to be a very heavy, bold. All these ultimates very impactful, so we'll see what happens here as Project Land's walking to the choke. Effort's going to give them a
Rush out! From both sides, and in comes the Annihilation!
Tree though picks up a double kill.
Overclocked popped!
Tree gets a double,
But shut down by Duck!
Yeah. Duck picks up the double kill and manages to trade out after Tree got the initial double kill, but Milk with a sticky picks out Duck, and now Ent's kind of by himself here on point. Zephyr does help take out Milk, and now it's just Mystic Tree fighting against as an Orisa against a Lucio Sojourn, but they will get
unfortunately unable to.
They will get taken down here at the end of first point, and that'll be a 1-0 first point here.
99 to 100 in favor of Project Glance. Very close, very scrappy at the end.
Looks like next point's gonna be here. The new inside, one of the new inside buildings. I forget the name of this point. God damn it.
This is Ducks.
Right, thank you. Ducks, new and improved, so more ways to get in. You're not just stuck in these small choke rooms, so that is very nice. Thrown in, quick pick onto Glance. Brings out the duel and hit stand trade, and a triple kill.
Terra hits both the supports!
Tree with a triple kill, and that's gonna end up getting rid of the rest of Project Glance, and
just to make it ever so salty, Tree decides to dressage after the triple kill to make his point.
Here, sitting on the off angle, on the high ground, as the rest of Project Glance decides to walk up, gets very low, but decides to back away in the end.
Running down to 7 Tree, as you said. Onto the sideline, coming through to the main angles now. Gonna be Project Glance. Here comes Speed! It's all 5 members! Frenzy down!
Full support's here, down 4.
Support's down!
Full support's down, and it looks like Ronan will get a trade out here on Zephyr, but it looks like that will be point here for Project Glance, as it'll be about 60% and counting. About 56, almost 60%. So a very good first point. Though
100%. Already the charge up Javelin Strike has
overclock committed by Zephyr, wanting to deny more point space. Catches Fluff, really low, but
goes down! Goes Glance! Rush out!
And unfortunately that
Milk goes over to the Tracer.
Overclock goes for naught, but Frenzy's taken out as for the toll of the point. Glance making the swap, or actually not Glance, Zephyr making the swap here over to the Cassidy. As 50% gain for Project Glance on this first point, or second point I should say, my bad. Jesus Christ, I was home in a rush, still trying to catch my bearings, as it looks like it's going to just be a bullet shot, but a potential
Lost my territory here for maximum effort though. In comes the plank from the Milk, gets into down!
Ronan here commits the overclock.
Trey takes care of Glance, down goes Zephyr, down goes Artemis to a overclock from Ronan.
And looks like that'll be second point.
Don't turn your back on the Sojourn player.
Soj with her rail and her overclock perk is just a mighty dangerous thing. 150 is enough to pretty much kill Squishy. And is caught out here by themselves. They were the only ones I think able to get out. But unfortunately it's not going to matter this year. I think we go to this junkyard point, I believe, is the next point. As more
we are
restoring balance.
Good.
And looking at the new point, there's no more initial high ground space, just a way bigger middle point. And it just makes it a
100%. You've also got these staircases or ramps on either side to make it so it is a tree!
Triple kill by
Glance
Tree!
take out Ronan down in the meantime, but Doug also down to Tree. 4K from the Orisa player.
And
dressages in appreciation.
Tree's just gonna be dancing on them over here. Pulse bomb and orbital ray here, ready for maximum effort, but a response of an annihilation they'll have to watch out for Project Glance. Glance is gonna be sitting here, but gonna be harassed here by Milk, but ends up getting taken down by Zephyr. Again, ugly ass crosshair from Zephyr. This is not as bad as Lax does, but still.
Here comes the opposite. Annihilation now.
Roman will take out the DPS partner, but Annihilation here catches 2. And it looks like they'll end up winning the fight, not after Ronin does take out 2 with him to make this fight win, and it's a costly one. N gets really low to Milk, and Milk will finish it because N got a little too aggressive here with the... And they had beat in their back pocket, and so they're going to be without beat potentially for this next fight until they get back.
Milk going to half health. Like very risky positions here is Milk. And comes to the moon.
Oh.
Duck Awesome down early. Beat out.
Get the help of the beat, but it does look like it won't
Bottle shot
matter.
hits both Ronin and Mr. Fluff, so unfortunately both go down.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it'll matter in the end after losing Duck Awesome. A quick pop of the boulder shot ends up catching 2 with it, and they're able to clean up and still contest this point. Both teams now around 63, but Project Lance has the point, and it's going to keep counting up.
100%. Looking at where Lance is also set up here. Zephyr on this off angle on the Cassidy as well. Lance on the point with the carry for Artemis. Here comes the rush.
Milk with a quick kill onto Artemis. Will end up managing to catch him.
Oh, cost him down.
And Glance does
Trey takes care of Lance.
Ronin will fall to Glance. And it looks like Zephyr is going to keep falling. N's just going to quickly jump off the map and reset. Quick reset here. Potential time.
Flip came through at 99%, by the way.
Yeah. So we're getting here. We got overclock, almost pulse bomb, and a terror
By the
surge
fight
here.
territory.
Yep. They're gonna walk forward.
And comes the terror.
Terror surge committed.
Artemis to the carry.
Artemis unable to escape, and Milk finishes out Zephyr. Teams are gonna try to just contest the point as
Down
much as they
goes
can.
Lance. Pulse bomb out. It connects with Duck Awesome, followed up by the javelin tree. 2-1.
Yeah, Sniper, I don't have a delay because I was too lazy. And I also did this in like a few minutes too to make it. And I don't tend to have stream delays. This isn't like Face It or anything, so I don't care too much. Milk will take out Artemis to start this opening fight here on, I forget the name of this point all the time.
This is no bomb flat.
Thank you. Bomb flat. Ronin will commit the overclock here. Forking Duck after guard. And here.
Aggressive stance here. Trey kills Duck with the javelin spin, by the way.
Yes. But it looks like they will end up getting the first point on point number 4 on bomb flat. 2-1 here for maximum effort. Take a quick look at the stats. Both, a lot of teams over 10 kills, but less deaths are on the side of maximum effort with more eliminations. But it is still close regardless, nonetheless.
Spare row into the Duck Awesome on board with Ursa on Malicious Twitch.
But an orbital ray in response by maximum effort. Zephyr will take out Milk for the trouble. Duck will pop the annihilation form. Will catch 2.
Down goes the Lucio with the beat again. No beat here to save them from the Terror Surge. Lance down.
Tree will catch a 3-piece, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. As Project Lance will take this point, but 50% already. More maximum effort. Milkville running in. Assassinating Artemis. But Zephyr just stands there looking at Milk menacingly and takes them out here with the high noon. As they're just going to be occupying the point. But
Zephyr down to the Pulsars.
Will get taken out by Fluss, but they did manage to hold the point for the rest of Project Lance to return. Responding to Tourney Rush, Will and manage and will pop
Be out.
to save the tank, but unfortunately all the beat health is gone. Glance does take out Frenzy, so that means they're down one of their supports, and they'll just keep kind of looking for trades. As Glance does take Ronin out, a Pulsar will end up putting Glance down to bed. Milk here terrorizing more here on the Tracer.
And lost one on point, currently down to us. Half health. Down goes to health, never mind. The Orisa player of Tree being aggressive.
86% here for Project Lance, as if they win this, it'll likely be that'll be this point, but right now we're getting into final fight territory regardless, as with 70% and counting on this 4th point. Milk here holding the off angle, looking for a cheeky pulse, looking for a chance to potentially catch out likely the Lucio, and they'll miss the stick, but the pulse ball was
Glance down early, followed by End. Cypher takes care of Tree now in the meantime. Milk with another!
And unfortunately, they are just unable
But
to
they
touch.
don't touch in time!
No touch for maximum for Project Lance, and that'll be a map win here for maximum effort. This map actually was really decently close. Unfortunately, Project Lance was not able to see it through.
We watched this beautiful Terra Surge again from Tree. It connects here, 3 people down. Followed in by the Ramatra. If you're now Project Lance, you're looking at a hybrid. Do you take the King's Road like you was wanted to earlier, or do you go with something else?
Well, King's Row seems to be the popular pick, as every team's wanting to go to it. Though, I guarantee if Shake That and or Cheekbone Div play, I guarantee Snacks or Atlas, as team captains, won't want to pick that map. And so we'll probably get in for a rare treat of no King's Row. Probably either Midtown, Eichenwald, or Numbani.
There's the King's Road pick!
Yep.
It immediately comes out from Project Lance there. Reskin, you've been listening to the cast so far, as well as the factor of what's going on. A King's Road being played here from Project Lance. What do you think is the thoughts here behind the team?
I mean, I think with Kings Row specifically, it's gonna be in almost every member of both teams' wheelhouse, because, as we know, Kings Row is the bread and butter for majority competitive teams. So I think they're going to go into this fully prepared, while as other maps may have had a little adjustments here and there as far as changes to the map. This is one that hasn't. Every player should be wildly familiar with it and know exactly what the game plan is, where everything is on the map, and I think we're going to see in this map the teams at their best.
100%. We
get a
also
Freya
have
ban
for
here.
maximum.
Freya ban here
Yeah.
from maximum effort, so they want to get Glance off probably one of his better heroes, as the Freya seem to be causing them a bit of issues that match. But it looks like Ronan's going to want to take a 5-minute break, so we'll be right back. As we have a be right back thing, we'll be right back as we wait for like a 5-minute bathroom break from the rest of the teams. Don't go anywhere. Map 4, King's Row, you're up next. Hello. We're
And
back.
we are back.
Yes. So so exciting news. Tree doesn't get to play their Orisa. Unfortunately, sad days. But they still potentially get the Reinhardt, as Orisa's been banned out by Project Lance. So we're just waiting for the rest of the teams to return. But the rest of the time, we can talk about the match so far. It's been actually not too. The only map that I think that wasn't close really to start was Shambali Monastery. That was like the only not close map. Project Glance though did do pretty well on both New Junk City and Nepal. But unfortunately they just weren't able to get it done. And looks like teams are ready to go as we're going to be hopping into this King's Row map as teams without either what is it? The Freya or the Orisa. I'm going to try to get the scoreboard up to possibly put profile pictures of all the heroes, so whenever somebody bans something, I'm probably going to try to put it in and just say, hey, this hero's banned. I might do that.
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to do that at some point with casting. Obviously, the Freya ban here from Maximum Efforts, as well as the Orisa ban here from Project Glance. Not wanting to see the Tree Orisa here again is Glance, so I don't blame them for it, but at the same time, they probably should expect something like a Ramatra or a Reinhardt. Then they, in fact, is the Reinhardt.
Yes, we've got a poke-style backline, very aggressive backline in
Tree?
Alari.
Tree?
Hey, let him ball. Let him ball. This is actually one of, aka Tree, also aka PvP, this is one of their better tanks, and I've played with them. They do a really good ball. You just gotta make sure you can keep up with them. That's the thing. You gotta make sure you can keep up with him. But we're gonna get a brawl-style comp from Armatra, but it's more of a poke comp because they've got a very aggressive backline in the Alari Ana. But now the hog coming out? Okay, what are we doing over here? What are we cooking? Like, are we trolling over here? Like, I think we're trolling over here. They're legitimately walking out on the hog.
He is legitimately walking out on hog.
Yeah.
Looks for a snipe, misses it, and then straight over to the venture.
Now that it's unbanned. Glance is waiting here on the side, waiting for a chance to pop the tree, but PvP's waiting for the swing. But they will get walled off, but unfortunately they won't able to get any picks out of it. But Milk's here, sitting in the back line. Ronan here on the high ground, but decides to drop out, and Glance ends up getting a ice
off already.
Milk gets really low, but is healed up by the rest of the team. Tree pulls in Duck, unfortunately unable to secure the pick, as they're going to be just kind of chilling by the statue, defending the point. Annihilation, or Pummel Form pop. Milk gets the pick onto N, but ends up getting picked out by Zephyr. And Tree's going to be walking around the backside of Hotel, but unfortunately just gets slept and shot to death. As pretty much Zephyr and Glance have been helping keep the team from taking... Keep Project Glance from being able to take anything. And Tree's going to be walking out here on the Malga. Malga does tend to do a lot better into a Ramatra, but the Ana is going to make it difficult, but Frenzy is on this Kiriko. Where's here with Zephyr, trying to watch Milk.
Comes to charge, already down to some HP, goes to the tank of Tree. Wall out.
Tree in, coming in with a slam. Gonna end up catching, but
Sleep out, anti-nade on top!
A freeze will, on the rest of the team, will end up helping secure the fight. Duck will clean up on Tree, and it looks like the rest... Looks like Project Glance, after that 5-minute break, decided to talk it over, decide what they wanted to do, and looks like they are actually managing to hold this King's Row first point. Capture Sun and Annihilation ready for their side, but we got a Kitsune Rush and a very close Picon shot ready for Maximum Tree. Slams in, and they won't get picked off of that.
Connects with one.
Annihilation force.
Connects with Zephyr. Annihilation.
Milk will
Zephyr HP though.
But Frenzy...
Zephyr HP! Duck goes down!
Frenzy decides to pop the Kitsune Rush a little unnecessarily, but Glance is the only one left, as the rest of... Looks like first point will be captured, minute 35. And so they'll have about 3 minutes to capture the second point. But a very good defensive hold here for King's Row.
100%. 1 minute 20 left on the clock as the final count comes through, which means just shy of 4 minutes on the clock.
Yeah. Alright. Not a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I was thinking it was 2 minutes, but I math wrong. But yeah, slam in. Ronin pops the overclock. Potentially helps you stir the point. Milk though, terrorizing the backline again. The bad issue about Alari Ana is it very susceptible to dives, and Milk is making sure to pester that backline as Ronin's going to be Payload Princess. Designated
Tree here on an aggressive flank takes care of Zephyr.
My ultimate is almost ready. Orbital
A 10% as well to this cage fight as well for the Mauga. Looking for an engage here on into point B.
Looks like they're between
Already.
space, not allowing Project Lance here to walk forward, but Duck gets in
Down
there.
around.
But a cage is
Slam hits free!
and popped by a cage with the orbital ray inside the cage to help out the Malga. But a freeze here. Tree will escape, but not Anito.
Frenzy down. Slam out. Hits the Retro. Does clear the Retro as well from point. Only 2 on point though.
A good response in the freeze and the use of the nano, but unfortunately they are just unable to win the fight, and that's going to be card pushed even more as they're routing this final corner. We'll see if there's a potential recontest. They're a little slow because they have no viable speed to get in, but as Tree is going to be holding up the corner with the help of Frenzy. Where is Milk this entire time? Oh, they're over here in the back line. Over here by Smallman. Oh! The sun gets shut down immediately after its pop, and no one's going to be able to follow up on it.
Milk with that dash into the Alari, shutting down that all very effective dive there from the Venture.
They did manage to get it off, but unfortunately no one was there to follow up. Changes here from Project Lance into the Bastion, Sakiri, and now a Juno. Mirroring backlines, Tree gets the better of the duel, and now it's going to hold up here in the space on the spawn room. Milk though.
Milk goes down.
Milk finished off.
Heavily aggressive here from Tree in the spawn door practically for the
Gonna
side of
have to back
Project
up
Line.
though, as his health gets really low and his team just decided not to follow him. Duck and Glance are going to be anchoring down onto the cart, trying to defend. You've got the rest of Project Glance kind of sitting near the back spawn there, but they're going to push here aggressively. Tree in with the slam, does go
Down in.
Looks like the tank is going to battle it out. Tree with another slam. Here running
Hits
on.
3! Down goes 2! The Annihilation hits 2!
Yep. Double kills traded out by 3 people. Tree first gets a double kill, then Duck gets a double kill, and then Glance gets a double kill. You get a double kill, you get a double kill, everybody gets a double kill up in here. 2 minutes to go. Here, onto this third point. For maximum effort to try to cap it out. But a Kitsune Rush and an Artillery here, ready for Project Lance, but 3 ults in response, ready for maximum effort. Kitsune,
0.2 meters from where it stops, by the way. 0.2 meters to distance to the finalization into point C, as another team wipe goes in favour of Project Lance here, looking heavily stronger now.
And also a clean neutral fight win, no ults committed. Artemis though is
Running here.
The orbital ray though is going to make a big difference as both Junos are very close.
Overclock
to
here, ready.
Kitsune
Rush first popped by
Rush
there,
out!
and that's going
Down
to make the
goes Ronin.
difference.
Down goes Anito.
Rush will make the difference here as the rest, as Project Lance will
Six
run
you
forward. 1 minute to go. It was looking
Poor
done.
Tree gets alpha as well by the wall from the May.
A good
1 minute, as he said, on the clock as
good
well.
first point hold from
So-
Project Lance, and now they're making a good third point hold. Still holding on. They just used the rush. They still have the orbital ray plus the artillery, but they.
Here goes the Sam! It's 2! Here comes the ult, here goes the cage fight!
Just all
With a
three ults committed, plus a fourth here from maximum effort. They just want to take this point. They don't want to give any room to lose this fight out. And now it's just going to be a chance potentially to recontest, but who knows if they'll be able to. 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds
commits
left.
To the Lucio with Zephyr going to the Reaper to try to recontest. They will make the chance for the recontest.
Here comes the Blizzard!
4 meters to go.
Only
And-
connects with the poor Kiriko of Frenzy and down early.
but it will be enough. to
Annihilation!
It It will be enough to deny the point as Duck gets the double kill, finishing out the two
No more
biggest
time
problems in
for...
Tree and Milk. And that'll be...
No more time here for another contest. Fourth side
it.
of
That'll be it. They will
maximum
be able to make
effort.
it.
That's gonna
Tree
be it.
goes to the ball, potentially to try to recontest it. It doesn't look like that'll be it. And now...
Time is over.
66 meters, very close, only a couple meters away from that third point capture, but it looks like Project Lance does have their win condition here.
Sides.
Just before point C is where that payload ended. Look at how tantalizingly close to point C that is for that EMP device to get into that location for that final
Almost
animation.
in the circle, not quite. Just hits that outer ring. It's like curling. They hit the 12-foot. They weren't able to get the 8-foot, the 4-foot, or the button. For those who play curling anyway, who get my reference, but I will say, curling,
I get the reference. I don't play curling though.
I will say, curling is a lot more fun to play than it is to watch. I will say, sort of like baseball. It's a lot. It would be a lot
In
more
fact-
fun to play than it is to watch.
Looking at that yellow box of victory, that is exactly where the payload came to rest. Just ever so slightly forward is where Project Lance needs to get theirs, the payload to. Obviously, it's very tantalizingly close. Looking at where the payload ended with the golden box of victory being where it was. That was literally half a cart until it would have actually been in C.
It looks like though they're
Which
going
is-
to commit here. Very similar compositions. Though Milk wants to go to the May. It looks like they'll still commit to the Ramatra with a Juno Baptiste. Glance here on the Widow.
Going to make it here with Lance.
Initial pick. Duck's gonna commit early, not watching his side angle, and might actually get punished here for it, but gets a Ramatra
He's running.
with the help of the Emerald Field, but Anito will take off and with a false start. And it looks like that's just gonna
Running
force
tease, the Widowmaker does not want to play that peek your head on the Widow.
No. But Glance is still looking up in that direction, waiting to catch Ronan. Almost had a chance at it, at his head. Not quite
Another chance
good.
then taken by Glance. Ronan knowing not to pick that angle.
Glance is still being cheeky with it, but Glance takes out Anito instead.
Glance!
Ronan, though, will win the better of the
Glance down.
hand duel, but it looks like the rest of Project Glance will walk onto this point, generally uncontested. Will they end up deciding to stay? It looks
Frenzy
like they
down.
will. As Zephyr will catch Frenzy with a quick melee, and it looks like Zephyr's gonna decide to go run at Ronan. Gonna just make sure he can't live in that space.
DPN.
And
Ronan
they'll
choosing
just-
to die here.
Yeah.
Very staggered out position for the Sojourn,
Very quick
especially
tap
with the cap coming through.
Very quick tap. Very quick tap for Project Lance, so we'll have a lot more time to work with. 5 minutes to work to capture the second point.
By the way, Milk up in the off angle goes up to Super HP again up into this window. Contested high ground as a venture.
Gonna deny Zephyr space, unfortunately.
Duck down to Milk.
Lance here on the Widow. Gonna be an issue, and it looks like he is. He's trying to bring out his inner forts, and he does actually catch out Ronan.
Burn it down.
Unfortunately, he might die to the burn damage. Doesn't look like he will. Artemis and will get them healed up.
Sights are popped.
Sight will be popped, but a Death Blossom and a Kitsune Rush ready, but Zephyr will get taken out by a quick slam by Tree. Milk in the back line, gonna try to run away, will successfully do so. Only a Kitsune Rush ready for maximum effort. And looks like they'll commit the Kitsune Rush, but Frenzy will follow up straight afterwards. Duck will get the kill onto Anito. Gets a finish onto Frenzy as well. Black
Into
line
the
down.
backline this Milk though.
Backline down and finishes
With
off
a
Milk though.
with a tectonic shot in the pocket. Down goes Artemis again. But
Milk
Zephyr
will-
getting the better of Milk though.
Yeah, Milk unfortunately just, I think, will decide to die on point, which is probably the smarter move here. If you look at the stat line is really close. I forgot to check it afterwards, but the stat line is really close right now. Like, neither team looks to have a definitive edge here. Both teams, quick off angle here. Like, Glance is just holding a very cheeky angle right now. And ends up getting running down to half. Milk will dive in. Cage committed.
Cage fight in.
Artemis will pop the
Also,
orbital ray.
both sides.
But it looks like Milk will pop the Tectonic Shock and manage to finish off the rest of Project Lance. Duck decided to stop playing because they needed it. Milk with a quick bag! Milk with a quick tea bag onto Duck. Awesome. What's he doing? Oh, he's disrespecting him.
Another
hard.
emphasize popped!
Looks like they're just trying to
Whoa!
get. Looks like they're just
For
trying
Tree.
to get trying to get information on where the rest of the team is. Ball here by Tree, and is gonna be here to try to contest the Widow. Less than 3 minutes to go to contest the point. Zephyr, quick kill on Nito. Looks like they're gonna be
Straight
hitting
point
here on the
goes
subway
Perfect
station.
Glance.
Duck
Hey,
here coming straight to the back line with a pummel.
And here comes the ball.
Looks like Tree's just
Here comes the
point
double.
with the help of Milk, but Milk gets taken down by
One
Ryan,
stand.
but not before taking out Glance.
Sam in. On board with the Reaper.
Yeah, Tree here though is just living on point, just swinging like a ball. And now
That's awesome,
it
man.
looks like Zephyr's just wanting to ult his demons here. Unfortunately, he just wanted to ult the demons, make sure ball gets off point, and it looks like they will get off point because Tree ended up getting really low. Oh, and will Tree get caught here? Doesn't look like they will. Zephyr was almost ready. Glance goes over to the Sombra. Decent counter to ball, but not completely as her kit's a little weaker.
Roadhog here. Tree.
Frenzy will win the Fury duel, but Ronin gets super low with a hack and the virus. Glance here holding this high ground space, but Milk here in the back line.
Go down low.
To live, trying to catch Zephyr. Unfortunately unable to do so, gets hacked, but just Glance decides not to commit. Zephyr decides to run in instead and will take out Milk. And looks like Nito was trying to help out, but unfortunately has to back away.
In the small room with the Mega Pack, it's going to be 2 members here for the side of Project Glance.
Both.
Zephyr down early though to Tree.
Yeah. Both Kitsune Rush is committed, but it looks like Maximum Effort will get the better of the Kitsune Rush duel.
Down to 3 minutes 40. Still a lot of time here in the bag for Project Glance. Not a lot of stoppage has been done prior to this now.
End was considering going to the Ana there, but decided to stick with the Fury. As no ults ready for Project Glance, but 3 ults here with a 4th in the whole hog coming up for Maximum Effort, so it's going to be a very tough fight to win. But N takes out Ronin, so that's a huge DPS out of the game. But no,
Tree down, the
commits the
iconic shot.
Yeah, commits a confirmed shot, trying to see if they can catch the rest of the team, and with a quick cleanse. Mystic Tree will pop the whole hog, try to deny some space, but unfortunately is forced to heal. Decides to run into the room again, catches out N. Quick hook, ends up catching Duck Awesome, but gets killed by Zephyr. Hog really does get dominated a bit by Reaper, as they have no armor to their name, and so Reaper will dominate no armor targets. Unfortunately, that's going to be a fight win here for Maximum Effort, though they did have to commit a
Milk another one.
win.
Onto Zephyr.
4 ults ready.
Gets the kill onto End.
4 ults ready here for Project Glance, as they're looking to potentially recontest, but Milk's not allowing them a lot of space to work with.
All this time, Milk is in the back line.
Nito commits the orbital ray here? What are they thinking on this play? I don't know what exactly they're thinking. Probably some nice space and nice time, but that's all I can kind of think of. Milk here is kind of chilling. Oh, Artemis gets yoinked by the hook, but both Junos here down, and so a good portion of the healing down, as Juno did get a buff to her range, but it doesn't look like everyone's going to play close. Zephyr catches
Down goes Milk.
Ronin here on the high ground, wants a nice base, but a hook kill will take Duck Awesome out of the fight. 45 seconds to go. Ronin still looking for some value with the overclock. Won't get
Only
anything.
gets one.
Overclock won't get much value. Anita goes to the Mercy. We saw the Mercy earlier when North Pole decided to play, when North Pole was playing out Team 4, and the Mercy surprisingly died the least amount of times, which honestly was surprising to me. But it looks like they'll just be giving Ronin the pocket. All 5 bolts ready. Artemis commits the Ray. But it looks like Maximum Effort will kite this
Very
out.
heavy engagement here from the side of
EMP and Death Blossom.
Project Glance.
Looks like now they're
All
doing
5 all very much engaged. The only thing not popped there is going to be the rush for End.
both teams
And this
with a rush
is
ready.
where it ends.
I don't know. They potentially have a chance to
Okay.
contest. Milk will contest this part. Both rushes thrown onto the field.
Down goes the Sombra.
This is
Down
a very
goes
scrappy
one
fight,
word from
but
Milk.
can we
Milk
move?
got two.
But it will be a
They're off
hold.
the fight.
Unfortunately, they just died. Unfortunately,
4-0. Maximum effort.
maximum effort. Gets the fuller hold in the end, but it was not without the struggle that they were not able to complete third point, but they do manage to hold.
Let my sunlight guide you.
As we see here, and following up on the damage from Duck Awesome,
Yeah.
a stronger look there from Project Glance on the fourth map. We go now to push.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you think they choose here?
Well, depending.
Where
well,
do you think the
it looks
bands
like
will
both
go as
teams
well?
have been wanting to run brawl compositions, so they're likely going to pick a brawl style push map. But End right now has been just doing all they can here with Glance to try to help their team, as End is a master support player for Project Glance, and it honestly makes sense. They were getting picks, they were winning those duels out against the opposing Kiriko. But
100%. If anything, I think that they'll be going to a Colosseo or potentially even a Runasapi. Although you don't want to risk the Runasapi unless you're banning the Sojourn. Ronan looking extremely
well,
aggressive,
it is
as
map 5,
always.
so they do have the chance to ban that out and not allow Ronan to play his best hero. They've decided New Queen Street, so we're not going to have a repeat of a third Runasapi. It looks like they are going to want to go the New Queen Street, and this is more of a dive style map, and so ball's going to have a lot of value here. I wonder if Tree decides to go to the ball here. Potential use of it. 7 people in my chat.
Glance
Hello,
here
chat.
picking New Queen Street when they know that Tree plays this ball. Why would you pick that?
Unless they want to ban out the
I
ball,
would not.
or maybe potentially ban out the Soj. We'll see what they want to do. Now, this may be a 4-0, which I actually have to fix on my scoreboard. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Thank you. But it actually hasn't been, I would say, a very, dominant 4-0. Project Glance has had to make maximum effort work for a few of these wins. This is generally, even with, the match that was a 5-0 on Monday, I'd even say it wasn't a complete... And it looks like they'll ban the Cass here for maximum effort, protects the Soj, and keeps Ronan able to play his best hero. Ronan, as we like to call him at this point, or I like to call him the Soj one trick, because that's all I ever see him on. Other than maybe Reaper on the occasion. But again, love you, Ronan, love you, buddy. Anyway, as we look here,
This is interesting.
effort here.
You know how you've got.
Effort here is actually the other DPS player. Effort is the team captain and the other DPS player, I believe, or
The
for-
DPS.
they wanted to ban the Soj, but it doesn't look like they're able to. They did want to ban the Soj, but unfortunately, the first ban going to maximum effort, I don't think they're able to do it unless I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure I'm not. Now, with the Soj ban protected, what do they decide to ban? Did they decide to ban the ball, potentially?
Potentially.
Steve, what are you thinking? Are you going to pick up any of the OWCS partner teams? What do you think?
So, a ban on the Cass. They did try to ban the Sojourn. But, yes, most likely at some point. But
Who are you thinking of picking up? What's your team? What's your team of the partner teams? It looks like
That's a tough.
and it looks like there'll be a Kiri ban here from Project Glance. Get the cleanse out of the way, so Ana will get a lot more value in this matchup.
100%. Which is an interesting factor there. Also, I want my scoreboard looking the same as yours, but I can't get it to look like yours.
Are you using the same link and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the reason being I'm able to change colors, I actually paid for it. You
No.
actually...
As in, like how you've got it. So the without it. So if you go over to my stream very quickly, you'll see what I mean.
Hang on, give me 2 seconds. Let me look. Let me look at my... I have it set, I use Streamlabs OBS, and I have it set, I don't know
I
which...
am as well.
Okay, I don't know what you grabbed, but I grabbed, I just grabbed the link. I didn't like...
Just a link.
Just the link. And I, basically in, I think, the browser, the web source, I believe, for sources, I just put the link, and so then it just put the thing by itself without...
The URL, yeah.
Yes. Is the scoreboard changing when I type it? Or...
1 second. Yes, it's saying 4-0.
Okay.
But for some strange reason, it's not wanting to. Yeah, so I put the link into that you sent me into that, but it's doing what it's doing right now on my end, so
We can figure it out later, I'm sure. But
yes,
as we have a Soj Kiri, and looks like Mac Medford looks like they're gonna be ready. We're just waiting here on Project Lance to be ready. But yes, I picked up Space Station Gaming, SSG, but it's also because they're the only really good Canadian player on it right now in Seeker. But unfortunately, they missed out the mid-season championship, which sucks. And unfortunately, most high-level teams decided to skip out on the last chance qualifier because it was a LAN that they had to go to Saudi Arabia for, and the prize pool was generally not worth it. So they had to get a bunch of local Saudi teams to play, which was ended up winning by Team Falcons. Shocker. And it was against Zeta Division 2.
Yeah, which was expected.
I saw a lot of people actually thinking Zeta would end up winning because of how much Falcons was in shambles this season, or at least this stage.
They picked it up in the last chance qualifiers.
Yeah, it looks like they did pick it up, yeah. But Team Vision, with being a Europe team that was in Stage 1 for OWCS, but ended up losing out on relegation and forcing to play and face it for Stage 2. They're coming back up for Stage 3, and they have Violet, who used to be on Zeta Division, and Team Vision actually did take a map away from Team Falcons. So they actually performed a lot better than what Zeta did. And now it looks like they're ready to go, heading into this map 5.
Traveling to New Queen Street.
What are we going to get? What's going to delight us? What comps are we going to see? We shall see here as we're waiting out. 40 seconds to get ready.
Initiating match.
100%. It's an interesting factor that we've got a New Queen Street here. Obviously, we're going to be looking over at the two areas of train station and the truck put area. Sorry, the curling stadium.
Rink. Curling rink. That's the proper term, curling rink. Like a hockey rink. Or a hockey arena. Or you could say curling arena, technically. But not area. But 5 seconds. We get to see what teams decide to play here. What do they decide to play? We get
Ready.
Ball as expected. Looks like they'll be running the Talon dive composition, but instead of an Echo, looks like Effort, aka Milk's gonna be here on the Tracer with a Zen on a backline. What do we have here from Project Glance? Okay, potentially a remarkable composition here with a Lucio, but I guess we gotta see what the team wants to run. Artemis, Glance. So a Moira Lucio, aggressive style backline that was used to be in one of the things that was part of Goats, I believe. And then Glance here back on the Freya. So Tree is gonna be here holding up on the coast side cliff with gonna be kind of cheekily sneaking around, ready for a slam, but ends up getting spotted out. Tries to kill Artemis, and they will with a quick roll by. Milk though gets killed by Zephyr, and so it's a trade out here. DPS for a support, but a little more value for maximum effort. And now
Frenzy down and down.
And it looks like Project Glance just gonna have to surrender the point here just a little bit, as Glance does get punched out. I think the ball ban would have been a bit better than the carry in my opinion, but obviously we're not the ones playing, teams kind of have their own thought. But even after these first matches, every team is still kind of trying to feel each other out. Not all teams have had a lot of practice with each other, and so there's still going to be a lot of chemistry that still has to be gotten. So even after this first match, not every team is completely out of it. Now, my question is, how are we going to do the next match? Is it going to be like a Swiss style, where like winners will play winners and losers will play losers, or is it just going to be out of a random generator? That's the question here.
Random generator.
But the one issue with a random generator is you can get the same team in. Frenzy though with a double kill here onto Glance and Artemis, as Glance does swap over Tracer Zephyr onto the Sombra, as they're going to try to run down the ball. Let's go.
3 down to half health.
Milk with a pulse bomb. Action catches 2!
Hits 2!
Milk with the kill, and will end up getting the cart to first checkpoint with 8 minutes to go.
That is got into storm mode with 8 minutes to go. Tree very aggressive. Artemis down
Milk is bringing up
immediately.
the hog to try to see if they can reel in the ball here. Milk though here sitting on the off angle, trying to battle out Glance with and ends up getting finished out. Glance goes
Pulse bomb again.
Glance misses the pulse bomb, goes wide. Tree rolling in. Anti-hero
Minefield
bomb.
deployed.
So, unfortunately,
Three members down.
Doesn't look like it gets any value here as Glance picks out 2 and then finishes out Anito on the Ana. Looks like Artemis decides to go over to the Brig, as it's just kind of like they're just trying to play whatever they can to stop the ball. As Lucio and Brig both have defensive tools to stop the ball from diving in, Hog can hook in, and then Sombra and
as well.
Tracer both can kind of run the ball down a little bit. But Zephyr gets spotted out here, and unfortunately will get taken down as they begin to move. End is in trouble though, sitting in this small room, but looks like they will escape it. Beat pop, but
Milk on board with on the militia stream. 2 down for the Tracer player. Looks for the Brigitte. Does get them. Pulse bomb comes out. Hits 2 in regards to Glance though.
Glance getting a good double kill, but Milk cleans up with their own, as they'll bring the bot back at 75 meters for maximum effort, though only 10 meters for Project Glance, as Zephyr makes a swap to Venture, and N will go over to the Ana. Anti-Nate's gonna play a
Pulse
big role
bomb in
into
hand here for Milk as well. Sees the Venture. Gets the Ana down. And down early. Pulse bomb stock.
Pulse bomb picks up another double kill, but it gets killed by Duck Awesome's trap. Ends up blinking straight into it, unable to kind of get away from it. Duck Awesome will pick up the double kill, but Ronin here commits the overclock. Will finish out, tries to catch out Glance, but unfortunately unable to finish out. But Frenzy will get the headshot plus kick, and they'll end up pushing the bot a little more forward than the 75 meters.
Pulse bomb
And
got
End
again.
now onto the Baptiste, a little more bunkery. Ronin here on the seat, sitting by the train station, gets his end on a cheeky angle, and Frenzy ends up finishing out with the help of Tree.
Plus the pulse bomb is going to be Glance though. Duck already down.
Glance down. It looks like just the effort is at its absolute maximum here. as they maximum effort are running through this 110 meters. What do Project Glance have left in them? I don't know what they have left. Right now, they're just trying to find a way just to stop.
Coming up to the final point. Pulse bomb comes out, hits. Oh, and Novito in the back of the line. Transcendence is forced, by the way.
Yeah.
Run down.
Looks like they will manage to stop the bleeding. As Zephyr on the Venture will catch the Zen, but Tree and Milk still alive, pestering the backline
Tree.
of Project Glance.
Trey doing everything that he can in the back line. Atomus down.
A stick will catch out Duck, even though he reeled in Tree. A sleep
Tree
on the
in.
Glance and a
Sleep down.
disrespecting rail. Glance just styled on.
Point blank rail to the sleeping Tracer. Ronan, you did not need to do that to him. Another white feeder here for Trey. Atomus down.
Zephyr will catch the carrot, the tectonic shock, will catch a needle with end finishing out Frenzy, as they are still managing to stop the bleeding. 4
Awesome.
minutes to go.
Once takes care of Ronan, decides to get the revenge on the disrespect point blank headshot from a charged up rail.
Yeah. Though Tree,
Trey though, on the meantime, Zephyr goes down to.
nice juke set by Ronan.
I'm be going back
Glance
towards
waiting with a
the
cheeky
center
pulse
point.
bomb. But actually
Here goes
catches
the
out
slam
Nito.
from the ball.
Catches out the unexpected Nito. With a pulse bomb still. in
Atomus
hand.
down, end down. No supports here though. Foot side of Project Glance. In comes the ball. Pulse bomb in. Sticks to Roadhog. Down goes Roadhog. Milk and Tree dealing with that threat.
But Glance
Down goes
still-
Frenzy though. To
Glance is
another.
not giving up. Glance is still trying to work it, trying to allow their team any chance to win, but unfortunately will get finished out by
Glance goes down. Another kill on Atomus go around the blown player. Looking for End as well.
And just getting hunted. Like there's nothing you can do.
End gets hunted. Milk taking the care of that. Anti-Nate onto the Roadhog. Half health.
but-
Sliver of health. Make that.
Miss pulse
Ronan.
bomb by Glance. Ronan commits the
Oh,
turn to
o'clock.
OC.
Flick shot onto the Venture. Goes down to some HP. Sees the Tracer. Milk with 2. Glance takes care of
Will this be
Frenzy.
enough to push the point to the end? Doesn't look like it will. Zephyr will catch.
Zephyr.
Zephyr catches a couple kills. Will
Yup.
catch Milk, but Tree is still alive. Forces Zephyr to have to burrow. Tree's just still kind of chilling out. Rods can get health back, but unfortunately they are getting chased down at half health. But as fall, they are very quick, so they will be able to escape.
Ball time onto the Roadhog. Has to already utilize that.
Duck will get the
Sippy
pick
juice.
and with a health
Milk
penalty, they will be able to last on this point a little bit as they
Another
go into the
minefield.
Break gets knocked
Brigitte
into
gets
it.
rolled into it.
Break rolled into the minefield.
Or Atomus.
As a tectonic
Another
shock made by
no.
Zephyr will catch out a needle on the Ana. And now Zephyr's gonna make this try and run down. Glance with a double kill pulse bomb!
Again. Zephyr with 3 actually there. With that pulse.
Glance picked out 2 with the pulse. No, Zephyr caught another 2. Tree still alive, rolling away. And now Glance begins to finally start to get some card progress. Minute and 10 to go. Is it too little, too late? It might be. Glance still
Here comes the
playing
slam.
in the back line, though ends up getting spotted by Frenzy, and a quick nade will end up ending Glance's life. Zephyr though takes
3
out
down.
Pulse bomb, kills our
Pulse bomb on Onsen.
Tracers just playing the game of the pulse bombs right now. Pulse just seems can't miss a stick. A few sticks missed here and there, but the majority of those sticks have been hit. Not quite checkpoint with 30 seconds to go.
Maximum effort, still not letting up. Milk takes care of Glance. on board with Sojourn.
Wall support ultimate.
Truck grenade out already.
Rally committed by
Here comes the
Artemis,
rally.
trying to catch out Mystic Tree. But unfortunately, they won't be able to. Glance will catch Frenzy, though, with the Coalescence in hand. Duck will commit the whole hog as they begin to walk the bot back. But it's overtime. How much do they have left in them? They have a beat ready soon. They have a pulse bomb ready to go.
On clock here for Ronan as well, though. We can't cuss out the sharpshooter of maximum effort here.
Yeah. Anito, though, is taken down with a nano in hand. Glance but ready with a pulse bomb. Kind of sitting on the stairs, waiting for an off angle. Mind's committed. Beat will be popped to try to last through this. But now that beat is forced. And just runs into the mind. What is he thinking? I don't know. But
Zephyr down after killing Ronan. Milk getting the better of the
Glance
Frencher
has
there.
got Pilchers trying to lock down the point, but unfortunately it looks like it will die here.
Down goes
Nick-
Force Bomb.
Nick-
Only hits the pole ball, but the ball is just like, ah yes, I've got overshield here.
And that'll be a win and a 5-0 for Maximum Effort as they take the series at a 5-0.
Looking very strong there from Maximum Effort. It has to be said. Tree here gets play of the game.
I mean, N just decided to run into the mines at the very end on the wall. I don't know if he noticed them or not, but the double kill does end up helping. I think N just had a major crash out, but that's going to be game, set, match as we have both teams ready and going.
A 5-map win for Maximum Effort ties them with the dominant force of Team 4 from
And Cheekbone
Monday's
as well,
match.
who had a bye this week. So 3 teams at 5 points. The other teams afterwards are then the Lagooners at 3, and then 2 PCV4 console at 2 points, as that was a 5-map banger to start off. Like, I think the first match was the very closest we had, but even then, like, that was a really close match, and afterwards it's kind of, like, I wouldn't even say this 5-0 was entirely, like, completely, like, dominated by, Maximum Effort, but they did show that they were the stronger team in the end.
100%. There was a few elements of life there from Project Glance. They can go away from this 5-0 with their head held high, even though it will feel crushing that they did lose this one. There was times where they looked like they could easily win this, and that's what they need to keep striving towards. Keep reminding themselves on that immediately. The ability to keep that pressure on needs to be throughout this whole tournament now from them.
We'll see if we can get an interview with the post-game interview with the captains, as I have pinged them in our chat. We'll see if they end up joining. We got Effort here. Hello, Effort.
Hey guys.
Hello. So, to start out,
he's the bomb.com.
and we got Ronan here. Ronan here, Ronan, you subbing in to help you bringing in for captain? Oh no, we got Glance in here. So we got both captains in here.
Glance.
So we'll start. We'll start with the winning captain. So congratulations, Effort, on the 5-0 win. What was you'd say the big thing that kind of helped you guys through this series to kind of win the match overall?
We had a lot of synergies to begin with. We knew what we wanted to play from the beginning, and we knew how to play around what they were playing. I think our strongest point, our tank, was amazing. I love that guy. I love them. Sorry.
Yeah. And
Glance, I quickly come to you very quickly. Obviously, a nasty 5-0 in favour of Maximum Effort, but there was a lot of strong points there. Do you feel proud at how your team handled those higher points, and what can you do to strive towards those higher points becoming confirmations for the future?
Yeah, definitely. Like every time we were at least like winning points or whatever, we definitely like played well as a team. But honestly, it was just like quite unlucky that sort of our main roster decided to go MIA last second. But yeah, I'm sure we'll be back next week and we'll hopefully do a lot better.
Yeah, and again, with this being a 4-match first week, it will every team has a chance for a potential of 20 points in this in this first set of the tournament, but even then you're still not that far behind, as the first match of Lagooners and 2 PC4 console went to a 3-2, so you're not entirely too far behind those teams. But we come back to effort. Did at all you feel at any point that you guys were a little shaky at some points that Project Glance did manage to take from you? Did you feel at all a little shaky at some of those maps? Because King's Row was definitely a one of those maps that definitely looked like it was a bit of a struggle for you guys comparatively to Project Glance. They just kind of ran out of steam a little right near the end. But what do you think?
On King's Row, is a bit shaky. I didn't think we were going to get past first point, but we decided to come up with a plan with the Venture Mauga. Mauga dives in, Venture dives backline, and it forced out. It doesn't matter if our Mauga gets walled off because he's so deep at this point, and I'm on their honor, so we can't anti our Mauga. So it allowed us to eventually push through. But that was our scariest.
Yeah.
That first point, I didn't think we were going to get it.
Yeah, no, that was a very solid hold by Project Glance. And yeah, no, I wouldn't be too ashamed on that King's Row map, even though like Project Glance you guys did lose. Like that was still a very strong showing on King's Row from you guys.
Another map that was strong looking was the New Drunk City. Glance, there was a few maps that we weren't expecting, like the New Drunk City. Can you just explain to us and the audience why you chose those maps and what was going through your head when you was choosing the maps?
Honestly, like we sort of just went based off of what can our main tank sort of play around on those maps. So we knew that New Junk City was like an easy one that you could just play corners and sort of just basically just go straight in on their whole team, and we could sort of just support him on it. But that's just like most flashpoint maps. Ram's just really good on. And then King's Row, again, it was just another one where we think we could just play Ram again, but it was mainly just playing around our main tank, just to what he's comfortable on. Because as you could tell, when we sort of swapped him off of the Ram, it was a little bit shaky. So.
But now, I think we'll get into our final questions here for both captains, and we'll start with Effort. Effort, who would you say was your team's player of the match?
My tank, 100%. He was running the lobby every single game without a doubt.
Mystic Tree, fair enough.
AKA PvP, AKA Gatekeeper, AKA Moshi for Life, AKA Blondie. So many aliases for that person. But and then Glance, who would you say is your player of the match?
Honestly, this may sound egotistical, but I'm just gonna say myself, just because I feel like I just play really well in those games.
Fair enough. Glance, fair enough.
Hey, you know what? There's nothing wrong. You got you and what was it? Effort. Both of you playing Matracer on that new Queen Street, both were just like hidden stickies everywhere, just stick, like barely missing them.
That was probably my most favorite game, to be honest. That was actually quite fun.
I did catch on my side of things the triple pulse bomb. I don't know if Nick caught it on his stream or if it's just going to be on the Militia's stream, but that 3-man pulse bomb, did you feel a sense of relief when you hit that?
There was melatonin in that pulse bomb, like guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, every time I just stick a pulse bomb, I think there's just a bit of like, you get the shakes, because it feels so good to stick a pulse bomb. But there you go.
Yeah, I think I'd say the other person who may likely get, I'd say, potential player of the match on your team, Glance, was possibly End on Lucio and Kiri, because
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
they definitely were really doing well on that. But wait, we definitely, one thing we have to do, I think, and I don't know, with I'll talk to you later, Rowan, about this, but I feel like we should keep track of who gets player of the match, who gets player of the match after every match, and we just see who.
Oh, don't worry, I'm keeping track.
You are keeping track. Okay, that is good. Okay, that's good.
If I'm not there, send player of the match to me.
Okay, fair enough.
But Glance, I gotta throw this out there while I have you here. There's one of those times on you Queen on the Tracer, you dove me. It was near your spawn on the slope. And I think you used all 3 of your blinks, and I gotta say you broke my ankles on that one. I was like, where is that Tracer? And when I saw the kill cam, you were like permanently behind me. Well done on that one. You definitely broke my ankles on that one.
Also,
Yeah, thank
Ronan,
you.
can we just talk about the disrespect on the sleeping Tracer, a fully charged up rail shot to the head?
Yeah, that was too much. Yeah, there was already a Tracer, an Anna, and a Soda running at me. Yeah, charge shot. Thanks, man.
That was.
I mean,
But I will say, effort with a little bit of bagging. I saw you. I watched you. I watched you with a little bit of bagging. You know what? Hey, we all like. Hey, a fun bag for all good
Disrespect is
sport.
fun.
Hey, disrespectful teabag, but in good sport. You know what? We'll take those. But even like PvP dancing after 1 point win. Hey, people were having fun this match. It looks like, by the looks of it.
at least we were having fun, and I enjoyed the duels with Glance the whole way. You know, whether it was on the Freya or the Tracer or whatever it might be. You know, I was always on the lookout for, okay, where's Glance? Where's Glance? Where's Glance? Okay, there he is. I knew I had to take him out. You know, he definitely was a threat. If I could keep him in check, I knew my team would have a much easier time, and also
Ronan,
made it a point to put a lot of pressure on their tank too.
yeah. But Ronan, now that since you're here, how are we? Because we only have one more match left in the week, and that will be Friday here around the same time. Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. But since we have Team 10 versus Shake That to end off the week, how are we going to be doing the next set of matches? Is it going to be almost like a Swiss where the winners will play winners and losers will play losers, or is it just you're going to kind of find random and then people who haven't played each other? What are you thinking?
So the way I have it set up, I made random picks. I had random picks being selected for all 4 weeks, so they're all already sorted out.
Okay.
And they're I have to double check myself, but there should not be any repeat matches, maybe one. So everybody should be able to play everybody.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But yeah. Other than that, I have nothing else. But yeah, so with a 5-0 win, that puts Maximum Effort in a tie for first place with Cheekbone Diff and Team 4, aka in 4J We Trust. I really wish you guys decided to put that as your name instead of Team 4, because I hate saying Team 4, I'm not going to lie to you.
Ronan!
Also, can I say the triple target ban? Oh my god, you banned my Tracer, you banned my Echo, then you banned my Venture. Come on.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
I was not going to ban your Venture, but the
became
whole
a
team was
problem.
saying ban
It was
Venture.
becoming no, I could understand the Venture ban. The Venture was becoming such a big issue. So, but other than that, I think we can sign off here. So, thank you for everybody watching on either my stream or Steve's stream. We'll try to be back here for Friday with Team 10 versus Shake That. But if we can't, we'll still likely have the replay viewer, and we'll be making plays when watching the plays, best and worst, as I have a video project going, but more on that later. But thank you again, everybody, and we'll see you all later. I hope you all have a good day, and stay safe out there.
Yep, until the next one, guys. Stay safe.